Today, I have 3 more winning cryptocurrency projects for the upcoming bull run, and we're going to be adding them into our series, all right, our ultimate bull run portfolio. These coins are programmed to do exceptionally well. I'm going to be covering everything you need to know in this video right here, so make sure you stick around. My name is Zach. Let's get straight into the video. Just remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Just quickly before we get into the video, if you would like that edge on your cryptocurrency investing journey, connect with me one-on-one and receive a huge amount of benefits. Make sure you check out the Patreon link is in the description. Whatever price you buy is a price you're guaranteed for life. So in yesterday's episode, we covered Injective as our layer 1, GameSwift as our gaming coin, and Claw AI as our AI project. And today we're going to be adding 3 more coins to this list. And we're going to continue this list going forward to show the top winning cryptocurrency projects. It's like if you think about e-commerce, right? You have winning products. Well, in cryptocurrency, you have winning projects. And that's all we're going to be covering in this series. Alright, so the first project we're covering today is Mintlayer, currently sitting at a $34 million market cap and only a $200 million fully diluted market cap. And you hear me say only, that's right, this project is like the Injective of the BRC20 ecosystem. And there is a lot of use case for this, which we'll jump into very soon. But first things first, one of the little red flags of the project is the current circulating supply. Only 73.1 million out of 400 million coins in circulation. But what is Mintlayer? It's here to empower decentralized finance in the BRC20 ecosystem. And it's a future-proof blockchain that improves direct token interoperability and enables ways to trade value, create systems, functionalities, and participate in truly trustless finance. So there's a few different bullish components I see right here, and one of them is the interoperability side of it, allowing multiple blockchains out there to interact with each other at ease. It's going to be very important, especially when building something that's going to empower decentralized finance around the Bitcoin ecosystem. It's also here for developers, and I covered this. I covered this a few times. I accidentally clicked in the wrong one. It's here to empower developers and empower the creation of these decentralized finance applications. And basically, if you're new to cryptocurrency, it's like a breeding ground for new cryptocurrency projects wanting to develop their own finance projects in the crypto space, by providing incentives such as incubator programs, accelerator programs, and a grant initiative. So just a few ways to help these early DeFi projects to basically have a successful time launching their project. And if we jump into their roadmap and jump down to where we are right now, we're actually in 2024 right now, which mainnet launch is just around the corner. I probably recommend being in before mainnet launch, not financial advice. But if you also think about the ETF coming in, like if Bitcoin has a good run, I would expect this to run in tandem, if not very, very shortly behind it with a short lag. Obviously, if we get that ETF rejection, that would be a different story, but I have been buying Mintlayer as of late, as I do have good conviction in the project. We can see we have one last thing we had to complete in Q4. Probably just hasn't been updated as of yet, but like I said, you know, we've got mainnet coming soon, while integration of Mintlayer and MLS tokens and more coming later on. And they do have their roadmap going into 2025, but that will be released in the near future. But what are the main reasons I like Mintlayer? All right, so number one, they're empowering DeFi in the BRC20 ecosystem, and they're doing this in a few ways by creating a tokenized ecosystem, so you can tokenize equity, real estate, and other holdings in primary and secondary markets using a legally compliant technical architecture. It also supports taxation, investment payouts, blah, blah, blah. Also, like we said, here to empower DeFi, decentralized finance, and for the new cryptocurrency investors, decentralized finance is just finance off the centralized world using cryptocurrency as the main sort of governing aspect of it. So, you know, you're swapping between cryptocurrencies, that sort of thing. You're not actually using fiat. So you can store your assets, lend, borrow, and trade on a single network with a wallet that gathers everything in your hands without giving away private keys. Enjoy better reliability and predictability provided by Turing incomplete smart contracts. And value transfer and exchange. So two-way pegging allows cryptocurrencies from various blockchains to interact on a single protocol. So like we spoke about before, interoperability, that's going to be very, very big going forward. And it's actually kind of a narrative on its own, but I don't really see it as a narrative driving projects. I think it's the narrative of if your project has interoperability in it, it's going to do well. You know what I mean? Or if your project, promotes privacy, it's going to do well. Not just a privacy-driven project or an interoperability-driven project, just that they're little components in the actual project itself. And they're doing many things. So delivering scalability, enhancing decentralization, increasing interoperability, that's a big one. Providing security, another big one. Enabling privacy, like we just said before, that privacy narrative. Big, 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 and they're reducing frictions and ultimately here to build a massive ecosystem around the BRC20 network. And if we look at the price, if we look at the all-time price, a lot of people are thinking this is high. But are you going to be thinking it's high when it's $1 billion in market cap? I bet you're probably going to be thinking it's a lot higher when it's $1 billion compared to 34 million. So depending on how you want to play crypto, depends on if you buy this project. I think this could at least do a 50x. All right, I think $1.5 billion to $1.6 billion is definitely around the valuation this could achieve. But it is somewhat, in a sense, an injective of the BRC20 ecosystem. And look what injective has done in the late stages of a bear run. I think when this picks up, when this gets a bit more hype around it, this is going to absolutely push incredibly hard. And if we jump onto their Twitter, they're active, they have a good following. We have some of those gen finders, as they call them, following this project. Like we can see, they're constantly keeping everyone up to date with what is going on. And that's very, very good from an investor's standpoint. So I'm not thinking of it as a person, as a developer who's actually going to use a project. I'm thinking of it from an investor's standpoint. Sure, the tokenomics aren't the best, but the project is sound and it's an excellent project that's actually providing real utility in the world, or at least showing that they're going to be doing it, because all we need is hype to push a project in a bull run. The utility is kind of there to create a better image for the project. All in all, I am a big fan of Mintlayer. I think Mintlayer is going to do very, very well. I think the BRC20 narrative is going to do very well, and projects surrounding Bitcoin are going to do very well, and also projects aiming to empower the Bitcoin ecosystem and that side of crypto are all going to absolutely thrive and boom in the bull run. And we can see that this narrative has a decent amount of volume, around 6.6%. Sorry, 6.66% of that of that market cap is flowing out in the last 24 hours. So there is a good amount of interest. And if you want to pick it up, you can pick it up on a few exchanges such as Gate.io. I personally use MEXC. BingX, never used BingX in my life, but you can also pick it up on Bitmart and Uniswap. That is Mintlayer. Let's chuck it on our list. I just realized I forgot to put the BRC20 narrative in the actual narrative stuff here. So I've just put it in, and we have Mintlayer as our first project and our first winner of this video, and it's going to do exceptionally well going forward. All right, so the next project I'm going to be covering today is Tectum. And this project is at the start of something absolutely enormous. I have been calling this and telling you guys to buy since the bottom, so make sure you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't miss out on any of my upcoming plays. And if you'd like to get that more one-on-one, all of my insider knowledge, make sure you join the Patreon. Link is in the description. But yes, Tectum soft note, we got in nice and early. And if you look at the chart, you might be thinking, sure, $100 million in market cap, that's a pretty high market cap valuation, but honestly, like I just said, this is the start of something absolutely enormous. We'll eventually be looking at a chart that looks like so. And I think Tectum is going to do absolutely amazing things. Can pick it up on a few exchanges out there, with more coming soon. And these guys are just pulling partnerships out of nowhere. These guys are partnering with retailers, with other projects, with all sorts of a lot of things out there, right? These guys are doing an excellent job. Currently sitting at $100 million market cap with a decent amount of volume. This has been going up and down as of late, and I'd be expecting it to pick up, especially if that ETF gets approved as well. I think it could do exceptionally well around that time. And right now, those tokenomics are sitting around 50%, and by the peak of the bull run, we should have close to 100% of those tokens in circulation. It's going to be a nice, slow release into the supply. So, what is Tectum? A lot of you actually know what Tectum are if you've been following me for a while, but this segment here is going to be for those new cryptocurrency investors. Basically, Tectum is a layer 1 and a layer 2. So its layer 1 is Tectum, all right? Tectum is the blockchain, and Softnode, their product, is their layer 2. And currently, on average, Tectum can reach around 1 million transactions per second, and one transaction is one block, so it also has 1 million blocks per second, and it can reach around that 1.38 million transactions per second in peak performance times. You can see, in peak performance, it's almost 200,000 times faster than Bitcoin, a considerable amount faster than Ethereum. and it's currently sending with their layer 2 soft note. So their soft note is cryptocurrency cash. You can basically send any project they wish to incorporate into their project through soft note faster than these blockchains can actually send themselves. So a few examples: you can send Bitcoin, you can send Ethereum, you can send Litecoin, you can also send USDT, you can send Casper, and there's more coming in the near future. And I recommend getting in before these massive partnerships actually happen. So for example, like they send Casper faster than Casper can even send itself. The soft note around the project is actually 5,000% more powerful than Visa or MasterCard, and it can all be done on your phone. All right, it's an instant transaction. So if I'm going to send a soft note from me to you, say for example you're a person and I'm giving you, I don't know, let's just say I'm feeling nice and I give you $100, you can receive that $100 instantly. And how this works is I will fill a soft note that will then get filled with that currency, whatever I want to send from liquidity providers, that will then get minted and sent to you. That wallet is actually, that soft note is actually a wallet and is getting filled with the currency that we wish to send, that is then getting handed over. So there's no actual transaction taking place. So it is also feeless and gasless. Once you receive that soft note, you'll receive a unique wallet key where you can basically unlock that wallet and accept those funds instantly into your Tectum wallet. Revolutionary idea. This is probably the best way to actually send and receive cryptocurrency from person to person. It's the cheapest way to do it, especially if you're sending large amounts of money, and also the peer to retailer side of it. So they are accepting partnerships with retail providers. So say for example, you want to buy this product and this product is $100. You would fill a soft note of whatever currency they accept, that gets sent to that retailer, and then they can send you the product as that transfer, as that transaction from that retailer to person. So it's a nice aspect on the project, and it is a massive solution for crypto. It's a massive crypto solution for businesses out there wanting to accept cryptocurrency as payment. So the Tectum token itself is the utility token behind the actual project. And we can see there's a bit of a diverse spread of the actual tokens itself. But, where are the tokenomics? There we are. If we have a look at the tokenomics, most of the tokens are going to be out by the start of the bull run, which is going to be around this area right here. So around 3 years after launch, going towards the peak of the bull run. So it's going to slowly increase, and you can see it's a nice gradual increase. So it's not like dumping 50% of the supply on the holders in one hit, because a lot of projects are renowned for doing that. But Tectum's going to ensure it's a nice slow release, and this can be mitigated through UNCX staking, which is currently up and running. I recommend looking into that. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but ultimately Tectum is an excellent investment. Payment solutions out there can't really compete to what Tectum is doing, even in our centralized world. Tectum is, like I said, 5,000% more powerful than Visa or MasterCard. It's feeless, it's transactionless, and it's incredibly safe and secure. It's adding that extra layer of security and anonymity onto transactions. It's an excellent way. The team is known. The team is working exceptionally hard every single day. They're keeping everyone up to date with what's going on, all partnerships, all updates, as we can see right here. And we do have a solid following, almost 60,000 followers for Tectum on X. And like I said, as you can see, they're keeping everyone up to date all the time. That is Tectum. I think it's going to do exceptionally well in the upcoming bull run. I think this is just the start of something absolutely enormous. We kind of had a lot of selling pressure around here. As we can see, this previous all-time high, a lot of people who bought the top selling out, shifting over, a lot of people getting in, accumulating, and then all of a sudden, boom, we just went vertical. And who knows when the next one's going to occur. That is Tectum. That is our next winning product. Alright, so I've just added Tectum into our layer 2 and scaling section. It technically is a layer 1 as well, but I'm just going to put it as layer 2 and scaling, as it's the best way to kind of define the project. And that is Tectum, our second winning project of the video. So the third and final project we're going to be covering today is ZKSwap Finance. And if you don't know what ZKSwap Finance is, it's one of the first and top decentralized exchanges on the ZK Sync era mainnet. And it is also the first swap to earn decentralized exchange, and we'll cover what that is in just a second. But right now we're sitting at a $10 million market cap. And it's looking a bit bigger because I think we originally got in around the $500,000 mark. So congratulations to all those who watched that original video and got in. We're up around that 20x at the current point, which is quite nice. You know, I can't complain at all. We also have a huge amount of volume. 35% of that market cap has flown in and out over the last 24 hours. And around 50% of our tokens are in circulation, plus or minus. And right now, you can only pick it up on decentralized exchanges. But if you look at this number right here, the team did say at a $10 million market cap that they will be looking to launch on some centralized exchanges, and we'll cover that soon. But at the moment, ZKSwap Finance is doing exceptionally well. They're constantly providing increased utility, and they're following their roadmap quite nicely. You know, we'll jump onto the centralized exchange listing now, actually. Why not? So, a $10 million market cap was the point at which these guys were going to start talking about centralized exchange listings. So we can see right here, where is it? Here we go. We can see right here, all right, Wensex at $10 million market cap today. ZF reached that milestone, which was yesterday in Australian time. As promised, we will start contacting notable centralized exchanges for the listing of the $ZF token. This process may take some time. So, very, very good. However, I am a little bit confused on why they didn't have a few lined up for as soon as they hit that $10 million mark. However, I'm still not going to complain with centralized exchange listings. It's going to be very, very big for the project, get that mainstream recognition. And you have to think about it this way. There's probably, at least 50% of the people who are watching this token who have no idea about how to invest, let alone cryptocurrency. Probably more than 50%, right? Let's be honest. We're in the beginning stages of the bull run. But at the current point, they're not able to actually buy in. So when these centralized exchange listings drop, this is going to be very, very good for the project. So ZKSwap Finance, as we can see, it's on the ZK Sync era mainnet, currently has linear testnet. And still has ZK Sync testnet there as well. And you can use the exchange to swap between a nice amount of tokens, which is increasing with time. But say, for example, if there's a token on the ZK Sync ecosystem that isn't on here, you can just paste the contract address in there and they should roll up. So, how does the swap to earn actually work? Let alone, what is the swap to earn? The swap to earn is the incentive for people to utilize this exchange, this decentralized exchange, and this uses something called the swap board. So what the swap board is it basically keeps track of all participants doing the swap to earn. And the swap to earn basically is when you swap, say for example, from Ethereum to ZF, let's say for example, I want to swap one ETH, you will get something called ZK points. So these are points you can accumulate from every swap. So say for example, I did this swap, I would get 2,800 ZK points, and this would then be tallied into the swap board. So now I would have 2,080 points. So see, if I did that another 4 times, I would come up on the leaderboard. And what this means is the more points you have out of the total points accumulated in a cycle, the more rewards you're going to receive from this total portion that is distributed at the end of the cycle. So basically, the more you swap, the more you earn. And there is a strategy in actually to maximize this, but I'm going to keep that to the Patreon only. If you'd like to join the Patreon, link is in the description. But it is a good way to earn passive ZF now that the price is going up. I think I did the first swap to earn a few cycles ago. And I actually earned around, I think it was around like 50,000 ZF or something, which wasn't bad for the current point in time. But now looking at it now, that's actually quite a solid reward. So if you look at it while the price is low, accumulate passive ZF through the swap to earn, and then wait for the price to be a lot higher, you can actually earn solid returns. But what also is on here is you've got liquidity providing with some crazy APRs. Absolutely phenomenal APRs. You've also got farming, which is increasing actually. Wow. Staking, which you can stake just in the general DAO staking pool, which can increase your swap to earn rewards as it increase your boost for actually staking on the protocol. You can see our total value locked is currently almost $10 million, which is awesome, and you're only around 10% on that. They've also got their campaign and their rewards, which is where you can pick up the rewards from the swap to earn at the end of each cycle. We spoke about the swap board, but we've also got their bridge. This is an excellent bridge, very, very cheap, and it's And I have used this bridge a few times, and it is honestly a very good experience. ZK Flow and different sorts of analytics in here. And also, all right, we've got our voting area, which you can do with your ZF that you are currently holding. A good way to contribute to the actual project. And we've also got our launchpad, which is coming soon, coming in the very near future. In our documents, we'll show you our where is the roadmap? Here it is. We can see that our roadmap just needs a little bit of an update. Hasn't been updated in a while, but we have had that CertiK audit, which we will jump into in just a moment. But we can see some major things such as our top centralized exchange listings, a few more partnerships, also the cross-chain swap to earn, expanding ZKSwap to multiple networks. Honestly, I think the centralized exchange listings and the multiple networks are going to be the biggest thing for this project. If this wants to be the true hashtag Uniswap killer, it's going to need to get heaps of chains. So we can get like BNB, Ethereum, all those sorts of main chains. This definitely can compete, especially with the built-in bridge that it has. Because if you think about it, right, if we go back to the actual project, Uniswap doesn't actually have a very good bridge built in. You have to use the MetaMask bridge for ultimate results. And if the ZK bridge can take over, all right, the main use of bridging, and we can get some of those main chains in here, this is going to absolutely boom. There's nothing stopping this from going to the multiples of billions of dollars in market capitalization. But all in all, we're still in very early development. This chart is just primed. We can see that momentum is just gradually getting more parabolic by the day, and I would be expecting, if we get a centralized exchange listing, or even not even a centralized exchange listing, like we've been doing phenomenally well from only being able to pick this up on decentralized exchanges, this will have a big push in the very near future, or we could potentially retrace. All right, there's always that possibility, but eventually we'll be looking at a chart like that, just like we saw in Tectum. That is ZKSwap Finance. I think it's going to do exceptionally well in the upcoming bull run. If we jump into their CertiK audit, like, not the worst results. Good security code, good community trust, good market stability, and good fundamental health. But it's just our operational resilience and our governance strength which is holding us back. But our category score is around that 95% mark, and we are in the top 10%. So not bad for our first audit, and it is a good project going forward. That is ZKSwap Finance. Alright, I also realized I didn't add DeFi into our category section, but I've added it in now. That should be all of our main narratives. And those are our first 6 winning projects in the top cryptocurrency gems and the ultimate bull run portfolio. I can almost guarantee if you hold any of these coins, you're going to print some solid returns. But that is going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you like that edge on your cryptocurrency investing journey, like to collaborate with myself and get easier one-on-one thoughts and connect with an awesome community, make sure you check out the Patreon. There's a huge amount of benefits. Link is in the description. And if you'd like to join the Crypto with Zach Discord server to collaborate with like-minded crypto investors, make sure you check that out. Link is also in the description. Apart from that, I hope the markets have been trading well, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.